Why is this voice so annoying? You know, I could say the same about your hearing, buddy. What is Jaime's daily driver? LGG4 for now, buddy. Wait, what's your name again? Bond. James Bond. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocketnow, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. On Monday, we had some analyst information claiming that obviously the iPhone 6s sold more than the iPhone 6s Plus, which has happened with the previous variants last year as well. And I asked you, why do you think the smaller variant sells more than the bigger one? And we have 1,014 comments. Thanks a lot, guys. We start with, other manufacturers make better phablets than Apple. Simple, and you know, I have to agree with you. Bad use of the bezels, humongous bezels on this phone. The phone is just huge. There's really very little added value except for the battery life. Size, price, ease of handling. iPhone 6s is, I assume you meant better than the iPhone 6s Plus, and that could be the case. Particularly for me, the reason why I chose the smaller variant is because I run with the phone and I can't be running with that humongous plate in my arm. The answer is simple, limited quantities. Everywhere I went, they had plenty of 6Ss, but sold out from the 6S Plus. And you know, I love your comment because it would be one of like 10 other comments claiming the same thing. It seems that the real problem here is that people can't really buy the phone even if they wanted to, and some people just want an iPhone when they can. Tuesday, we had the Microsoft event, and I asked you what was the hottest thing that you liked from the event out of everything that Microsoft announced. We start with 734 comments. The Continuum feature might get me to switch from iOS, and you know, we are actually debating this. I love the Continuum feature, but then Michael's point is great as to the fact that, well, if you already have a monitor and a keyboard, you're already going to have a CPU, so it becomes pointless to use Continuum. So it really depends. I feel that this is going to be great for productivity for companies or for your kid, which you don't want to buy a computer to, just buy the monitor and the keyboard. But it's a tough one to see. We will have to see it implemented and see how great it is when we review it. What excites me the most is that Microsoft got cool again, and dude, I have to agree with you, and everybody at Pocketnow agrees with you too. This is probably one of the best events we've seen from Microsoft in years, and the products as well. Again, we will have to review them, but particularly Surface Pro 4 and the Surface Book. These products are awesome. This was the most exciting keynote event of the year by any company. Surface Book was the coolest product of this keynote, and yeah, again, I just said it and I'll say it again. The Surface Book is probably, again, one of the coolest products out there. Pricing will say everything about it in the long run, but I feel that every other competitor has met its match, because I do feel that Microsoft actually figured out a way to pull this off right. On Wednesday, we learned that there are at least 3 variants of the Galaxy S7 being tested, and the biggest question we have is, with all the cool phones that have been announced right now, are you going to wait for the Galaxy S7 probably in January 2016, or are you getting something right now? We had 909 comments we start with. Actually, I'm more excited about the BlackBerry Priv because I'm using the 6 Edge Plus, and wow, for somebody to already be using one of Samsung's coolest flagships of the year and be considering the BlackBerry Priv, it says a lot about the BlackBerry. You know what, dude, I agree. I can't wait to give that phone a try. I'm personally waiting for the next year's crop of phones because Snapdragons this year are trash, and you know, it's funny. We are agreeing with this with Michael. Snapdragon 615 and 617 are actually performing very well, and then the Snapdragon 810 was a different story. Again, it could be software optimization, so many things, but I think you got a good point. Probably the smartest thing is to wait for the 820. I'm completely done with Samsung devices until they fix their horrible memory management. It's a shame too, because their devices are nice otherwise, and you have 27 likes. There's a purpose for that. A lot of people have been complaining about that, and it does really make a point, but remember, that's really a lollipop thing for the most part. I think every lollipop phone has that problem. On Thursday, we had a rather interesting comparison because it was a Nikon camera and an iPhone 6s when it comes to 4K video recording. Yes, they had to downsample some of this to be able to convert it and compare, but it's interesting. The iPhone won, and I asked you, do you rely on a camera for filming video, or do you just use your smartphone? Whichever smartphone. We had 688 comments we start with. I record all my videos with my Samsung Galaxy Note 4 now. I see no need to carry multiple devices with the progression of smartphone quality now, and that is my case too. I will admit, my my favorite camera for filming is the iPhone 6 right now, particularly because of the slow-mos and time-lapses and hyperlapse, which I use a lot. I wish would reach Android at some point. Unfortunately, I can't afford a DSLR, so I stick to my Lumia for video recording, and people are always shocked at the quality of my videos. Still, a DSLR would be nice, and I do agree with you, a DSLR would be great, but yeah, Lumias do a great, fantastic job when it comes to video. I have a Panasonic Lumix, I assume, camera I bought 3 years ago. Since I bought it, I've only used it 3 to 4 times, made a mistake buying it, expensive mistake. I use my smartphones for videos and photography, nothing else, or mobile phones, tripods. Sorry about that. Your punctuation is kind of crazy, but I get your point. And yeah, that's really the case with everybody right now. Smartphone cameras are getting so good, particularly with the G4, that it's really pointless to just move away from them. Finally, Friday, the discussion had to do with Android 6.0, Marshmallow, and Samsung Galaxy devices. We learned the list of phones that are getting it, but we didn't get a date. And I asked you, given the fact that, for example, the LG G4 is already getting Marshmallow, will you jump ship and switch OEMs just because they address Marshmallow quicker? We had 1,114 comments. Thanks a lot, guys. We start with, at least you get the latest operating system on iPhone. Yeah, that's one of the benefits of iPhone. Right. I would as well. That's why I'm thinking of getting an iPhone or a Lumia 950. Samsung plus AT&T sucks with updates. And yes, that combination, pretty much almost every Android phone with AT&T is a really bad combination with software updates, and that's really sad. Why do you think I'm using a Nexus 5, eh? One of the best reasons to buy a Nexus, timely updates to stock Android. And I do agree with you. Yes, it is great that you get software updates in a timely manner. Lollipop was a bit of a disappointment because the operating system in itself was good looking but not well performing. And I've been exposed to devices from Oppo, for example, that even though you don't get timely software updates with devices like, the R7, my God, they perform really well. So it makes me wonder, would I be really willing to jump ship with these phones that perform so well just because I get a later version of Android if what I care about is that the phone works well? So it's kind of a big debate, and I would love to know what you think in the comments. Leave us a comment about that particularly. That's it for the Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week.